Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for calling this hearing. It's of particular interest. I came to Congress 3 years ago this week on a special election to fill one of the several seats that were vacated that year because of Me Too issues. And one of the first laws that was enacted within a month of my arrival, not that my arrival had anything to do with it, was the Congressional Accountability Act reforms. And so it is a topic of particular interest. And as a matter of personal privilege, I guess I'm going to pick on Ms. Kamens because we attended the same law school together. I believe at the time she was head of the women's law group. My husband was part of the men's auxiliary. So it's good to see her again. I was struck by something in your testimony about the fact that in the wake of the Me Too movement, it's apparent that education merely addressing the letter of the law is insufficient to transform the climate in the legislative community. And you know that there are a lot of factors that lead into that. We still only have 27% of Congress is female. There's increasing generational divides, and I just was wondering if you could elaborate on that, on what more we can do to educate people, to bring people along, particularly when we have some fairly stark gender divides and increasingly generational divides in how younger people look at some of these issues of harassment that their elders don't often perceive.
Thank you, Representative Scanlon. It's nice to see you. So as I said during my opening testimony, we have taken, I think, an ambitious and innovative approach to our training program. We learned in the wake of the Me Too movement on Capitol Hill that teaching to the letter of the law just was not sufficient to transform culture. So we offer a wide array of programs, which I'm sure Ms. James can address in more detail, including, for example, we offer a bystander intervention module, which we think is very effective. We have found, certainly, and studies have been done by professionals, that if individuals recognize behavior, which, if it continues, may result in unlawful conduct, it's very effective to give individuals strategies for how to intervene and nip that conduct in the bud. So that's a perfect example of a training module which we offer, which goes beyond the mandatory anti-harassment and anti-discrimination training that is required by statute and resolution, but I think is very, very valuable. And we would encourage employing offices, both member offices and employing offices across the congressional workplace, to avail themselves of this training. It's available, on the website through modules. We can tailor, make an in-person training program that we can deliver through this, new technology, and deliver it online. And it's just a matter of changing underlying behaviors and teaching best practices. I think that across the congressional workforce, all employing offices understand that there's a need to professionalize the congressional workforce, competing to recruit and retain the most talented staff that we can. And I think that this kind of ambitious education program, which we have, and which we are ready, willing, and able to deliver at the request of any employing office, should be utilized as much as possible. Again, beyond the letter of the law.
And I think that relates to, I sat on the select committee to modernize Congress last term, and that this whole line of discussion relates to the idea that we have these best practices available now through your office, through House Admin, through the new diversity office. And we need to find more ways to encourage offices to take advantage of them and stop having so many chiefs without proper guidance. So thank you, and I yield back.
Thank you. The gentlelady from New Mexico is recognized.
Thank you so much, Chairman.